In that Farbrengen of Purim Tov Shum Chav Ches, the Rebbe told another side of the anhagi, of the behavior of the Rebbe Maharash. This is what he said. There were times that the Rebbe Maharash would daven in the weekdays very early, and then he would go to the forest for a tiyul, for a spatzir. And for that, there was always a wagon ready with 4 or 6 horses, with a balagola, with the driver, as it was called in Russian, the kucher, special driver for that he was always ready within the minute to be able to take the Rebbe Maharash. So when he decided to go, he would go out and the wagon was ready, and he would take the Rebbe Maharash to the forest, and after a certain amount of time, the Rebbe Maharash would come back. And the balagola was told by the Rebbe Maharash not to tell anybody what the purpose of his going to that forest is. But Chassidim, like their Seder is, found an eitzeh how they got him to speak. The Rebbe said, I don't know if they made him drunk or any other way, but they pressured him so much till Sof Kol Sof, he said in Russian. And the way the Rebbe said in Russian, should noit shalavek, which means he's a weird person. He has a weird behavior. And he said, what is it? He comes to the forest, sits down under a tree, starts crying. And then murashkes, ants, milben, come all around on him. He doesn't chase him away. And he sits like that and cries. Till all of a sudden, all the ants run away. And he stops crying, and then he goes back to the wagon, and we come back. And then the balagola said, again the Rebbe said in the Russian, should noit shalavek, shtoon patachet. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, which means I don't know. He's a funny man, a weird person. I don't know why he's crying. And the Rebbe smiled and he said, because what is he missing? He has a wagon with a balagola, he has a wife and children, he has 2 watches of gold, he has a stick with a handle of gold, and still he leaves his palace, so to speak, and goes to this to this forest, sits down under a tree, allows the ants to come all around him, to jump on him, and he cries. And that's what he does every day. Kashdoi dien, or something like that in Russian he said. Another thing I don't understand, the balagola said, all of a sudden, the ants all run away. He doesn't do anything to them. And he doesn't do anything to them, he doesn't do anything. And all of a sudden, they run away. And then eventually, this got to the Rebbe Maharash, that the balagola told us over, and he fired him. The Rebbe said the word, as we use here, the word fired. Then the balagola came, and he begged, and he cried, and promised that he will never again tell any secrets from the Rebbe, and they took him back, they gave him back the job. And the Rebbe mentioning this, that here we see that even though he has a wagon with 4 to 6 horses that are the best horses with a special balagola, and they go every day for a tiyul, if the goy wouldn't say these few words, they would think he's pushed going for a tiyul to catch fresh air. But because the goy said something, is nisbareg, when they found out that he was going there, it was connected to him crying and sigufim through the ants that were biting. And the interesting thing is that when he wanted to stop, they ran away from themselves. So that means that when they did come, it wasn't because they just lost their way and they happened to come there. That means that's something that was up to him. So this gives us to understand that even though on one hand the Rebbe Maharash made himself look as if he's with gold and the best tarchova and the biggest the richest way, but the truth is, this is what he did. And we wouldn't even know it if not for the Goy the Balagola. So this is the other side to understand the anhagi of the Rebbe Maharash.